What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chaos. So welcome to a new special episode, a WrestleMania special episode of Take It to the Table. We are here live, everybody. Yay! In person. Yes. I'm joined by none other than to my right, Soul. How you doing today, Soul?
Good. I traveled 11 and a half hours for a fucking table.
I know, right? I know, right? And of course, none other to my left, the one, the only, Clark Taylor. How you doing today, sir?
Found a table for us, guys.
I know.
We can finally take it to it in person. It's wild.
You know, I was waiting for that check from Ben Allison for us to get it, but we had to conjure up and then put our funds together, and now we got ourselves an actual table. Yes. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff packed in for today. As you know, it's WrestleMania week. We are here live in LA, and we're going to be there live in person in 4K. And then experiencing this awesome week. So yeah, I just thought let's do a show in person for the first time ever. Well, second time in person, I think, is for me and you.
Yes,
actually, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we've been in a clash. But yeah, we are going to be talking about WWE and ROH. And we're going to be talking about in terms of WrestleMania. The card has been finally announced for both night 1 and night 2. We're going to be giving our thoughts on what's our thoughts on it, and the goods and pros, where we think not just the predictions, but more like what will be the landscape be for both WrestleMania and also ROH, because obviously we're going to the Super Card of Honor as well. That's going to be awesome. And also recently we just found out that NXT Battleground is happening on the same night as AEW Double or Nothing. So we're gonna give our thoughts on, like, is that a good move?
So fucking stupid.
Clearly he's made his mind up, but yeah, we're gonna give our thoughts on, say if that's is that a right step, or are they shooting themselves in the foot, all that good stuff. So as always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. Without further ado, let us take it to the table. All right, cool. So,
yeah, I mean, I do want to start off by saying thank fucking Nassio's not here. I slapped the dandruff of his bald head.
It's fucking stupid. I fucking hate it.
I hate flips. I hate exercises. Oh, there's my cat.
It would change the table. For sure.
You just feel.
I'm a big Nassio fan.
Yeah, we all are.
I would love that here, but it would certainly.
Clark, you fucking mark.
I'm a fan of all of us. I think we do a good job. We're all on the same team.
I don't get paid.
I'll get at you eventually when we get into the subjects, but
Oh, okay.
It certainly would change the dynamic.
Oh, sorry.
100%.
I can't provide my wisdom on all things great of wrestling like AEW and Ring of Honor and nothing.
Oh boy.
Yes, my university degree says so.
Moving swiftly on. All right. So, like I said, it's WrestleMania week. And during today, they finally announced the WrestleMania card for both night 1 and night 2. Obviously, depending on what rivalry it was, we pretty much knew who was going to be on what night. But now they finally announced the list. So yeah, we're gonna go through each one of them and see which one's the strongest. Get gauge on which matches you're kind of looking forward to.
Gauging now. We got a goddamn screamometer here. Like, ooh, I'm so hyped for this. Or I want to go back in the flight home. I'll take the 11 and a half hours to go home.
Fair. All right, you do that, bro. Even though that goes for you. I know, right?
No, I want a goddamn window seat. Hell no, I am not getting.
That's why I'm an aisle guy as well. I'm an aisle guy.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
I even cheat the system and put my feet in the center aisle, like they tell you not to.
Oh wow!
I've been checked by more drink carts than anybody.
Clark, there's airplane etiquette. You are not following airplane etiquette. God damn it!
My left ankle is just tortured from all seats. Drink carts.
Or you keep it hearing through the plane. Oh, so you can hear him.
Oh no.
All right, cool, fair enough. But regarding the WrestleMania card, let's just start off with night 1, which has been officially well, he's already deemed it weak. But yeah, basically obviously we all know first match, Austin Theory versus John Cena for the United States Championship, and then it's gonna be Seth freaking Rollins against Logan Paul. That was pretty much announced by both of them. Trish Stratus, Lita, Becky Lynch versus Damage Guitarro. That's also on night 1. Braun Strowman, Ricochet, the Street Profits, the Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. That men's WrestleMania showcase is announced for that night as well. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley, the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships, and of course, the match everyone's been looking forward to: Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio.
Child abuse
Are
match.
they related?
I don't know. Dominic doesn't think so. Dominic doesn't think so.
Makes sense, sure.
Razor
Yeah.
Chad, his son's a cuck. They're not related.
I am entirely confident that night one's only one night. It's not a whole week.
God.
I don't know what you were saying earlier about that. It's only one
It's a
night.
it's a bad habit.
Do you know how long this trip would be if it was a week long?
I mean, how long is Coachella?
I think that's only 2 nights.
Oh,
Well, it's 2 nights in
that's where they make it out. It's meant to.
Yeah, it's
Saturday, Sunday, 1 week, and then there's week 2 where it's Saturday.
yeah,
Sunday.
Clark.
Four nights.
If you go there sober, it's 2 nights. So if you go there on acid, and all that good
Oh,
shit,
it's
it's
a
like it's a fortnight.
It's 4 nights.
There you go. Then exactly. So we're
Your
on
timeline's
the right path.
Depends
So
on where you're staying.
exactly. So yeah, judging from that card on night one, what's your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I'm excited about night 1, but not the way I am about night 2. And it's funny, when we were at the Outlet Mall today,
Yeah.
I said to you, the one little wrestling conversation we had, I was like, hey, I think they stack night 2 because they just don't want to hear any of that BS and any of
Yeah.
that shit
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
they heard last year about night 1 being the better or stealing the weekend or
Yeah.
whatever it is, right? Like, I think they did that for a reason, and that's one of those things where it's funny. You set yourself up that way, and all of a sudden, people on night 1, if that becomes the narrative, and I don't want to unintentionally motivate anybody, but it'd be cool if someone was listening. I mean, that's how you fire up everybody that's on the night 1 card. If that becomes the story going in, we might see night 1 steal the weekend in a different way than they did last year.
Yeah.
Where, you have matches that surprise us.
Yeah.
I think proportionally, though, it's just clear that night 2 has been built as the larger to have the Hell in a Cell match on the same night as the headliner.
Yeah.
I understand you have Cena in theory on night 1, and John Cena is undeniably a huge name, but given his absence and what we kind of know about his role in the company now, it's just not the same as having John Cena and what would he do next
Yeah.
on a Mania in the past.
Yeah.
And so while that's the case, I guess my all-around thought is I think it's very obvious on paper, but at the end of the day, I could see it going kind of the way where night 2 is so obviously the bigger night
Okay.
that it's overshadowed by surprise performances on night 1.
Interesting. Okay. Fair enough. What's your thoughts on it, Soul? Oh, here we go. This is his signature.
Signature move.
Yeah.
I think night 1 is a night that's going to end, so it's going to start strong and end strong depending on the match they book for the ending. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Because night 1 seems to be very much the media sort of night. And what I mean by that is you've got Logan, media influencers, very popular media crowd. You got Lita and Trish, legends. People are always going to tune in for that. I mean, it's also nice to see a kickoff match on the main card. Very nice of them to put that fatal 4-way. Very nice of them. Very nice of them. But I mean, I think with this night 1, everyone is shitting themselves what's going to main event it.
Yeah.
Everyone, like the fact
And it's
that
weird.
the fact if you look on the Instagram and the social media of what they've done as well, John Cena and Austin Fury are the ones that are on the main graphic for it.
Yeah.
For the night 2, it's Roman and Cody main event, obviously. But for night, even when we watched on ESPN this morning, Cena and Fury were on the main poster for night 1.
Yeah.
You would think it would be the night 1 main event. The thing that people are going to want to see and go for it. But I kind of get why they're doing Cena and Fury for that, because Cena's the bigger star. He's one of the biggest names around just now, and that's the main advertising point for it. But besides that, I'm not going to say it's weak or like it's, crap, but
I mean, it's still got one of the most intriguing matches on there, if not 2.
Yeah, no, it's got 2 very intriguing matches in that with Fury and Cena and the tag team match. And the tag team match,
I was going to say that. I thought he was going to say the Mysterios, because that has definitely heated up over the course of a couple of weeks.
Yes, the father versus Cuck. Cool, nice.
See, I'm a little bit with Soul there. I just don't buy Dom.
I mean,
it's funny. I stumbled earlier, and what I kind of was gonna say is, if they shock us and put that tag match last and do something special, that's where night one can steal it again.
Of course.
Right? As understacked as it is, that's the best told story
Yes.
in professional wrestling right now.
Yeah.
And it's the only one that's linked to from the beginning.
Yeah.
And that's no knock on Cody Rhodes being involved with Roman Reigns.
No.
But at the end of the day, that's the last key cog in the
Exactly.
whole bloodline story.
Exactly.
And that can steal the whole weekend. That if delivered properly, and some surprises, some hit the high notes, everybody, right? In a building that large, I that's where I'm hesitant to say it's so much weaker than night two. It's clear. I think on paper it for sure is talent wise, and that's no knock on the talent on night one. Just night two stacked.
No,
I mean, you say that, but then obviously let's go into night two.
Well, hang on. I want to say one final thing about night one as well. My one final thing is, I feel like one thing I want to say is I feel like what would be an interesting way to start the Mysterio match would be, you know how they do the Hall of Fame induction run, everyone comes out and do their little thing.
Yeah.
You know, they have the big entrance and then Rey could come out and then Dom could rush and attack him maybe. That leads into the match. Would that be interesting? Possibly. Be a very unique thing. And the other thing is, I think if you have the tag match main event, that would send the crowd home very happy. I honestly think if we see the tag match main event WrestleMania, it'll probably be the most emotional main event ending since Daniel Bryan won the. If you want
to send the goal, yes, you're right. If you want to send the fans going home, and that's what Vince over the years has always said, he wants to send the fans home happy. 70% of the time he doesn't always do that, but
yeah, except the New Orleans WrestleMania where Brock beat Roman and then everyone was booing and he walked away and then chucked the Universal title and goddamn yeet.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much.
I also think to even add to that, not even just happy, I think excited for tomorrow.
Exactly.
And the key to that being the link to the main event for night two. It's got to be tied in somehow. I don't know how with Solo, just the bloodline as a whole, because it affects Roman. I don't want this to be treated like Roman's no longer on the same team as the bloodline, right? Like it's not the group and it's just Roman, Cody, and they isolate the rivalry and there's no more role there for Heyman and the Usos and Solo and the bloodline who've been there the whole time, even Sammy.
Yeah.
For that matter, KO as well now. Right?
So let me throw this before we move on to night two. So let me ask you guys this: do you think are they doing this on purpose to not announce an actual main event? Because even though even though they've announced the card and everything, who's going to be on what night? Do you think they're actually doing this on purpose to probably make people anticipate that it could end up being the main event and actually not announcing one?
I honestly think WWE don't even know themselves. They honestly don't know what's your main event because you
got big tearing ass company like that and still don't know. Do you think so?
I don't want to say it's political, but I feel like, you know, they had the women main event 36 and it was honestly a great thing for them. They deserved that with that sort of thing. But
yeah. And 37.
Yeah. Oh, and 30.
No. It
was
Steve Austin and you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just everyone forgets that.
Yeah. 35, by the way.
Was it 35?
Yeah.
35.
Yes.
All right. I didn't know my WrestleManias. Shoot me.
No.
Don't do a quiz, Anthony. You'll win, you prick.
Again, I would beat you. It's funny when you can trip a guy who's in the same room.
I know, right?
I always point to the side like, where's facts and info? So I can just Google something.
That's why I'm MVP, bitches. But back to my point. It's sort of, do you have a male match main event one night and a female main event a second night? You know, sort of like a fair compromise. They are the big champions, you know, women champion and a male champion, but that tag match though has probably been the best storyline going around.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, heck, I love AEW. I love Mr. Tony Khan, best friend. Love you too. But that tag match story with Kevin Owens and Sammy and the Usos is just something on another level.
And like, yeah, exactly. And everyone's obviously, I know my friend Mr. Rhymes, who's been on the show. His argument is that, well, it's the Royal Rumble winners that should be main eventing WrestleMania. Like, what's the point if they're not really main event? It's like they've not followed that concept.
No, Seth didn't when he went to Brock for the Universal. It's like Brock was like, I want to go home back to my ranch.
Exactly. It's all about right now it's all about what is the biggest story right now.
Mhm.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be main eventing WrestleMania. It doesn't make sense of that. And I'm sorry, but the Rhea Ripley and Charlotte thing, sure, it's heated up or anything, but look, Charlotte Flair was getting what chanted last week. People can't stare. She's unbearable right now. Rhea's the only thing that's saving this.
Has Charlotte even had a good title reign? Has this just been basically crap? It's basically been, she feels like a interim champion.
Yeah.
It's super weird to me. But like Charlotte Flair feels the most stale she's felt her whole career.
Now? Wow. Okay.
Like I don't get it though. Like who is the heel and who's the baby in this story? How do we have them main eventing? It's not even a story. It's a rematch from the Mania with no fans. That's all I feel.
Yeah.
There's no blood. The bloodline apparently doesn't give a shit about Charlotte.
No.
They don't even talk about her. They don't even look at her. Rhea hardly talks about Charlotte.
I mean, you remember?
I mean, it's been a couple. I mean, look,
like I'll say as well, like I've said it before on the show, that Rhea's lost her NXT title and I think it was the Raw Championship to Charlotte at WrestleMania pandemic version, nice one, and the Money in Bank one as well. That she's lost basically out of all the main women championships in WWE, she's lost 2 of them to Charlotte. That if they went onto that storyline, that would have been great. That would have been a main event worthy against the tag team match. No, but it would have been something there. And obviously, you know, even with Charlotte, when she won the title of Ronda, remember she did like the 2K23 animation of snatching it, and then it was like, oh wait, I'm babyface.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, 100%, I'm in agreement with you on that. So, like, Charlotte has had a bazillion reigns and everything, but it's the story is that, you know, Rhea or Ripley was compared to Charlotte coming up, and then she changed the look because she didn't like the comparisons, and then Charlotte's got her number to this point. It's a little like student teacher or whatever, but then it's like a book with no chapters in between. Like there's no storytelling about so they just decided they want to fight again now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it feels like to me, right? It's like, oh, so now all of a sudden it was like, remember, I guess she got me twice, so I gotta give it another shot.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess to me, it's just definitely a fear of them not making it too predictable, because it could have been easy for them to make her go and face Belair, because they did have a more recent feud. Right. They were meant to face each other, but then Rhea got injured. I think she broke her nose or something like that, and then it just went cold. So they could have easily resumed that, and then Charlotte faces. They could have done that with Asuka, you know, Charlotte versus Asuka or something. Sorry, it wasn't a broken nose, it was a concussion. Apologies. But yeah, it is a bit out of there. I think they were just trying to just swerve the fans. Is one of them ones. But either way, yeah. Sorry, excuse me. It doesn't justify them actually trying to make this a main event. It's just for diversity reasons. It's because this is probably one of the least.
You said heated. It, not me.
I'll be honest. I
actually think Belair was a better matchup.
Yeah, I'm more interested in that.
The Belair match.
Yeah.
Wrong.
100%. 100%.
I think Bianca's the most.
I think Bianca's great as well. I think
talented athlete in women's wrestling, period.
Mm-hmm.
Bar none, not even close. And she's underrated on the microphone.
I don't know.
And not only that, if you see the way she can physically dominate women who are bigger than her, like Rhea, the strength and explosiveness that Bianca possesses, that matchup.
But I think that's another thing what they're doing, because going back to the match, I think they still want her to be champ. Like going with Bianca Belair. Yes. I don't think Asuka's gonna win. So I think that's why they played it safe, because I don't think Bianca's gonna lose.
I don't know. I think Asuka could pull it off.
I don't think so.
Here's the thing with what I've said, this year for WWE is global, right? It's a global year. They're going around for London for Money in the Bank, Saudi for the King and the Queen tournament. Imagine if they announced, hey, Survivor Series in Japan. You kind of want Asuka as a champion on that card to bring in the Japanese crowd. I'm sure people will come there for the WWE factor alone, but imagine Survivor Series, Tokyo Dome, Asuka's champ walks in. That sells.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, it'll be very far left, but then again, they're going to Puerto Rico for Backlash. So yeah, and you're right. It's all about marketing right now and global domination, which they've really leaned into recently. So yeah, that'll be interesting. But
well, let's go to sleep and go. What's night two? What's night two? Let's fall asleep.
yeah,
for a minute.
so yeah, night 2 is of course Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, Gunther versus Sheamus, Ford versus Drew McIntyre. Big sweet man, I'm slapping meat on that one.
My favorite match.
Edge versus the Demon Finn Balor.
In a real
With the
cage.
rumor that Christian and Gangrel is going to be there. Gangrel, yes,
Called it.
Of course, the women's WrestleMania showcase: Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, Natalia and Shotzi, Ronda Rousey and Shayna, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, Bianca versus Asuka, and everyone's favorite match: Brock Lesnar versus Omos.
Toilet break.
Exactly. So when I see this compared to night 1, to me, night 1 looks more stacked and more interesting than half of these matches.
Interesting.
Right, Chaos. I know we're in LA, but have you been smoking the Devil's Green already? Fuck
No, seriously, look. Out of there's 6 matches on night 2. The only ones that are interesting is Roman Reigns versus Cody, Gunther, Sheamus, and McIntyre, and Edge versus Finn. You're telling me you're telling me the other 3 are much better than Dominic versus Ray, the Usos, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, Theory and Cena. You're telling me, come on.
Yes, and I can say this to your fucking face because you're in front of
You
me.
are on something.
I wanted to question this, but please tell me what you see in Dominic Ray that gets you excited about it.
Jesus Christ.
I have almost
Chaos. Me and you were like 5 minutes ago watching him and
It's your showcase, and I don't want to do that to you, but I'm just like, it just doesn't.
look, just because you got host privileges, all right?
Oh,
but
no, I don't
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Interference.
fuck.
So Dominic versus Rey Mysterio came with one thing. And if you watched SmackDown, if you saw the crowd, if you saw the fact that they did the same thing for Sammy and Kevin to finally hug and make up, and they did it with the same thing of Rey Mysterio waiting to hit his son,
Yeah.
the pop was
Definitely.
almost on par with the Sammy Kevin hug.
Yeah.
The story,
Everybody loves
the
dads
story
and their
has been
kids.
great.
I do not condone. I do not
Everybody
condone.
loves dads hitting their kids. It's one of the biggest things going. Biggest pops I've seen in the WWE in a while. I've got no interest. I don't care.
Brought to you
The
by
match should be awkward, and it shouldn't have been booked.
Ray and Dom. Brought to you by Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Everybody's a big fan of Pop slugging son.
I mean, look.
What?
I know most people's favorite matches is Cody versus Roman, right? Nah, my favorite match for this whole WrestleMania is the IC match. There's Sheamus, Gunther, and Drew. Look, Drew was robbed at Classic Castle. I'll say it to the end of my fucking days. You know how fucking pissed off I was. Fuck off. Get your Roman Reigns wanking glove tan. Get off the fucking screen. Right. I honestly would be happy with Drew or Sheamus winning. If Drew were to win this and turn heel and that would be a feud with Sheamus, I'll fucking take it. And that ends in London, Money in the Bank. Imagine that's the main event. An IC match with heel Drew, face Sheamus. Brothers and arms are now fighting against each other for the IC title. A title that needs to be prestigious again, which Gunther is doing well. That would be a main event for a UK crowd, not a US crowd. They probably want their old pissy shit again. But look, a UK crowd with Drew and Sheamus for the IC title. That is your London main event.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't. It's more likely. I think I'm rooting for Sheamus, and Drew would definitely have a turn on that night, or that definitely down the line, and then they will probably feud. That'd be a great match. For even Drew to possibly win.
Imagine this: Gallus get called up to the main roster. You could have a trios match: Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes versus Drew and Gallus.
I'll be down for that.
That fucking money.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys a question.
Okay.
So, do you think that the IC title reign will get? Would it mar the reign of Gunther if he were not to get pinned? Because obviously the tradition is that the champion needs to get pinned, but the only way to protect him is to.
Well, no, because if you're doing heel Drew, then imagine like Drew and Sheamus are like teaming up and they have like the sportsmanship, like, yeah, we'll still fight, but we're not. And then imagine that Sheamus like is pinning Drew and he's pinning Sheamus. I'm sorry, Sheamus is pinning Gunther, right? And Gunther kicks out, but Gunther rolls, right? And Sheamus is standing like, oh shit. And then Drew just swings in for a Claymore kick and then pins Sheamus for the win.
Mm.
That I think that'd be effective. because technically Gunther kicked out, but he was screwed. And obviously Gunther, I think if Cody's winning the title, Cody versus Gunther is your real first proper feud.
Yeah.
Because they killed it at the Rumble.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Clark?
So because I love what you said about Cody Gunther, but then Cody just teased the Seth thing. I think
It's been done.
Come on, man.
It's been done before.
I hate it too. I'm with you.
I mean,
you lose to a guy 4 times, all of a sudden it's a rivalry. Like,
it's like
it's little brother, bro.
It's GM mode.
It's like you punked him out. Every time.
I mean, Clark, it's like GM mode. This rivalry is on cooldown.
Yeah, like it's over. You got manhandled. He beat you with one arm and a big bruise.
Oh, the baby! Put some sugar cream on it.
Cody. But no, actually, I mean that was not a torn pec. That hurts. Never actually torn one of my pecs, but
yeah, just put a paper towel on it. You'll be fine.
Walk it off. It's fine.
You got some dirt on it. That'll be fine, buddy. You gotta walk it off.
Nah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
By the way, I just lost.
Well, something I want to propose to you, gentlemen, because you're the older wrestling fans out of me. I mean, I'm a baby from 2019, but
okay, fair enough.
okay, Karen Pratt, don't.
That's why it threw me off. It's right, but
When I down my first pint.
Oh god! In typical Scottish fashion, but yes, proceed.
But the question is, you guys are relics, and you love your old titles. You know, the Wind Eagle. People want that back. Do you think it needs to come back? Because Cody, apparently there's a new title announced. Cody says he wants to bring back the Winged Eagle and all that. Do you think if it gets brought back, people are just going to hate on it?
No one's gonna hate on it. It's well revered. Even the current stars, they were still current stars, current fans. Well, like it just recently kind of got into the product. Will enjoy it. We'll love it just as good, especially if they modernize it. Then you don't just bring the same one back.
Oh, what? Bring it back with fucking LEDs on it.
For fuck's sake. No, make it spin like your old WWE championship.
I like that. That's a good idea. Do that, Cody. Cody, big man. Bring back the spinner belt, please. Thank you. Not you, Cody roller coaster.
Imagine. Man in suit and tie brings back this fucking plastic chunk of with a spinner.
Give me 2 minutes. A tear's coming to my eye.
This guy's on crack. Not serious. Yeah. What about you? Do you think you should bring the spin? Or if not, just give it that redesign. Definitely not the spinner belt. No, the Winged Eagle. Sorry.
I don't think anything should spin ever again on the belt. Control Speedwell invented the spinner rim. That was awesome in 1997. I think since then, spinning has no longer been cool.
That's his Need for Speed Underground.
Facts.
The spinning category. Need for Speed Underground. Yeah, obviously, when you can upgrade to the spinners, that's a big.
Yes. It actually gives you extra boost.
I take that back. Outside of Need for Speed. Anyway, Winged Eagle, yes. I think just for them, branding wise, the big thing is having the big WWE logo and the way they give it to the champions. Sports teams wise, the branding. I think that's kind of the priority. You can put wings around the logo.
Yeah.
Figure it out, make it look cool. Come on, man.
If you can, Kobe, there's a concept one that Cody did, or he posted. If you can, if you look it up, and if I don't know if you guys seen it.
Look it up. New tab.
Right, I'm gonna judge his spelling. Ooh.
Words per minute.
Yeah, that's one of them. That's one of them. Yeah, that looks tasty.
You want that?
Yeah, we're just gonna quickly check that. Wait a minute, you'd want that, of course. And everyone gets their own individual one. Like,
so it's the TNT Championship. Oh, look at WWE copying AW. Fucking copycats.
Oh my gosh. Don't worry, we're gonna get it up for you guys. Just bear with us 1 second.
So this title, I think this is just like having this is. I think it's a Nightmare Factory title. I think it's just for him to have over the.
But if he's meant to be the company guy.
No, he'd be the company guy, but I feel like, obviously Cody Rhodes has the Nightmare Factory. I've interviewed many guests from the Nightmare Factory. Check out the Soul Sessions, not this shite. But I feel like it's something that's going to be over the gym. The trainees get to see it, and Cody loves that kind of era. That was where he kind of grew up with it. His brother Dustin was in that kind of era as well, even in WCW and the Attitude Era with Gold Dust. So I feel like it's just that momental title to have. And, everyone has that. Seth has it at his gym and all that. He has his old NXT, his Raw, his SmackDown, Universal, all just lined up there for him with the tag belts and stuff.
Mhm.
So I feel like it's just for him personally, it's for his factory.
Okay.
I don't think it's that. I mean, if it was a hint that the Wind Eagles come back, I don't think Cody would post it.
No, yeah, of course not. Yeah, of course not. But I mean, like I think that's a decent concept art of it. But I mean, it's definitely especially for him. Like it's something like a legacy title, but just something a lot like maybe not plaster it like that. Yeah,
I'll give you that though. It's on a white strap. And
yeah,
with a red back, and
there you go.
Get ready for WWE Euro Shop. Cody Rhodes Legacy title, $2,000, please. $2,000. Am I taking any offers?
What about you,
$2,000.
What about you, Clark? What's your thoughts on this one?
Hey, Anthony, that's one for your bar.
I've never really been a fan of even, and I hate to say it because I understand it works for branding.
Yeah.
I get it, and like for sales and everything, like even the MJF Burberry title,
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand seeing the guy have to hold up the other guy's personal belt.
I hate that
Right,
belt.
right.
You know when new ones coming.
Yeah.
That's frustrating me. I kind of like the way they pulled it off with the TNT belt, where they were just changing the colors.
Yeah, just subtly doing it. Yeah.
Subtle too, like Scorpio Sky had the Lakers themed.
Wicked, best one.
Beautiful.
That was my favorite one. Besides, actually, I really like the green.
Miro's.
Miro's belt was good. Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
I love Darby's.
But that concept I thought made some sense to me. The problem for me with this one is it's so personal to Cody.
Yeah.
Right, it's so obviously with the American Nightmare and the Cody Rhodes. Like, do you really need the double name tag?
Yeah. Of course.
On a belt, right? Like,
Yeah.
You only need to say the one. They don't usually put your nickname on the.
Yeah.
Maybe on the side plates, right? The way that they've been doing side plates, but I think something kind of between this and the Winged Eagle.
Yeah.
That would make me happy.
Fair enough. What about you, Anthony? What give your two twos on this?
I'll pass you off.
We're just giving us giving our thoughts on the.
You got 30 seconds, then you have to fuck off.
Oh, you want me to kick your ass again?
It will be Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and have fucking phone a friend, so fuck you. Even though the interest rate will be fucking high because I'm in another country.
Oh, you mean my home turf?
Yes.
Oh my God, I love it. The love is real here. Anyway, your thoughts?
On the Cody title. I look at that the same way I would look at Austin with the Smoking Skull belt.
Right.
That that he may hold the title, but when he carries it, maybe he carries that.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a possibility. I think the problem that they had with Cena with the spinner was that was his.
Yes.
So when other people carried it, it really made no sense.
Yes.
So I'm okay with this if this is the version that he carries while he's holding it.
Yes.
And then when somebody beats him,
Yeah.
they get whatever
The
new
general one.
is, whatever the new title is, whether it's just WWE or if they keep the Undisputed, whatever they're doing with it.
Yeah.
If they break off the Universal, I do think you need a new belt design.
Yeah. 100%.
Who knows? Maybe it will be the Hogan Green belt they held. That the fucking.
Oh, Jesus
That
Christ.
was a general one. They changed the titles constantly with that
Yeesh.
back then. But the one that's iconic for most people is the Winged Eagle because
Yeah.
I think that's a majority where the majority of people that are long-term fans now grew up seeing.
All right. Well,
that version.
I'll pose this question to you then. There's two types of Winged Eagle. The Attitude Era Winged Eagle, and then the Golden Age Winged Eagle. Which one?
For me, the first one that I saw was the classic, iconic Winged Eagle. I think the other one is literally, I think, called Big Eagle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's a fucking placeholder name.
No, I think that's what I think on WWE Shop. I believe that's
Yeah.
what they refer to it as.
Yeah. The Big Eagle. Yeah.
It's like, we need a name for this title. Big Eagle.
Yeah.
We gonna change it? Nah, fuck it.
Hey, it worked.
It worked.
They
It
sold a
worked.
ton of belts with it.
Yeah.
Why guys buy spinner belts for fuck's sake?
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying.
Spinners.
You touched my fucking TNT title, you bitch.
I beat you. I deserve the title.
Did you buy a 24/7 championship?
I've never bought that. Never will.
This is why we call it "Take It to the Table," everybody. All right, this way we air out all our grievances. Anyway, so yeah, you say you wouldn't mind.
Wait, we should
Wait,
be airing
oh my
out our
God.
grievances now.
No,
I want
no,
fucking
no.
paid. I want paid.
No, for me personally, I probably would not buy the full size, but a mini on that, I would totally buy it.
I like,
I
yeah,
would buy a mini for that.
Yeah.
You and your fucking minis.
yeah.
I respect the hustle from the minis, mate, but man, fucking hell.
Listen, so I'm not dropping 800 on an AEW championship. I can get every
Oh.
mini in
Oh, you had to do that. Oh my!
Just because
God.
I make fucking money.
Oh, all right. So thank you very much,
existence.
Anthony.
No idea what I meant.
All right, hold on. This is going left. All right, no, this is all good. It's all good. Yeah, thank you very much, Anthony, for your thoughts on that. Yeah, I think can we move on now, please?
I mean,
Yeah.
am I the host now?
I
Okay,
don't know.
okay.
I don't know. This is going left. Thank you very much on that. So,
Anthony, look, we'll bring you back in for Ring of Honor, mate, because I know you love the 2000 era
yeah.
stuff. So,
Oh, you mean when you pay $9.99 and actually got the pay-per-views?
what the fuck is this heresy bullshit, you fucking traitorous cunts?
Oh God. That was a hot tag right there. That was beautiful. That was nice. All right, cool. Yo, you didn't miss much. Not much. It was just his thoughts on the Winged Eagle. It was nice and peaceful. It was nice and peaceful.
Sounded like it went pretty well for the
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It was all good. Yeah.
This was a fucking stand-up
If
show.
you guys saw everyone's reactions in the background, it's freaking hilarious. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway,
if you'd like to donate to me for that fucking sick burn I just received.
It's at Soul Sessions.
I'll finally get fucking paid.
Exactly. Yeah.
Donate to soul.org.gov /
Right.
Yeah, everyone, thank you for tuning in for Wrestling Republic, a Scottish-owned company. You know, I really appreciate it.
All right, cool. Sticking on to obviously WrestleMania weekend. Also just before Mania, or I think it was on Friday or was it Saturday? No, it's on Saturday. Isn't
Saturday.
It? Shows how much I care about this product. NXT Stand and Deliver.
Oh, I think for this one we're going to need our super producer Kobe,
Yes,
who's the
yes,
NXT UK fanatic
I
for a dead company.
don't know who cares about NXT least?
Kobe does. Well, no,
Okay.
I do by far.
Okay, then yeah, he'll be back. He'll be right back in about
I don't
5.
know if they'll even stand, let alone deliver.
I like that.
That's a t-shirt.
Put on a t-shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome super producer, our
producer.
local Canadian Kobe.
Yes. Welcome to the show, sir, for the second appearance. So yeah, regarding Stand and Deliver, what's your thoughts on this, and what matches are you looking forward to on this card?
So I said this the other day, and I said this on the first ever, California-based or West Coast-based daily broadcast that we had, and I said that Stand and Deliver seems to be one of the most stacked ever takeover.
I could agree.
Mm.
Yeah.
To me, there isn't a match that shouldn't deliver. Yeah, so back to the Stand and Deliver card. And like I said, I totally feel like this is one of the cards that they've ever done. And it's like, yes, they had Vengeance Day and they kind of have one match that is like, oh, this is the old takeover feel or the old style that NXT used to bring. And then the rest almost were all underwhelming in like Apollo Crews versus the other match, like the Steel Cage match, was all right. The women's match was fun for what it was. But there was nothing except for Wesley versus Dijak that actually truly delivered in that way. But in this case, there's only one that I would like almost say like, okay, that one is probably destined to have that second match slot, and to kind of not defend, but just to explain what that means is like, I don't want to say it's an unwritten rule or a rule of thumb type of thing, but people almost say that the second match of the show is always going to be like the least important match.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe that's the women's tag titles, which
Definitely.
I almost do believe that Isla Dawn and Alpha Fire probably should have taken it off of Casey Squared, Katana Chance, and Kate Carter.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we have a women's ladder match. They should deliver. We have the 5-way that is one of the first North American title matches that I do believe could go either way. Like Dragon Lee could win, Wesley could win, Dragunov could win, Axiom could win, and JD McDonough could win. We have 5 names that are all going to deliver in the ring, and that almost could easily steal the show. And then we also have like Johnny Gargano versus Grayson Waller as the I don't want to say the part-timer, the older, like they had the New Day for the last show, and then they had this. At the end of the day, like Gargano's coming back to finish the story in this case.
Yeah.
He's finishing the story that Grayson Waller started on his way out of the company. And in this case, like I do recommend going to see the Daily because we had that conversation of this is where.
Oh, thank you.
This is where.
Thank you, waiter.
Like Gargano is defending something, and he's in the position of he's defending Sean, and he's defending the NXT brand of like I understand. He's saying it like this is what we wanted, and this is what NXT was, and NXT almost did lose that special with the two we had two rebrands.
Yeah.
Essentially since,
And
which is interesting.
AEW kicked your ass.
Yeah, a developmental brand with essentially no stars. They better have fucking beat them. I'll say that with a smile on my face. and then like people say this: Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker is going to be the first WrestleMania weekend main event with the youngest stars. They're both, I think, 24 and 26.
Fucking children.
They are young to the business, and this shows these two have to stand and deliver. But with the 5-weight, with Grayson Waller and Johnny Gargano, in this case, I do not know if they can top them. And that's the one issue with them being put in that almost main event slot, because it is a guarantee they are.
Yeah.
Unless things change.
Oof. I mean, that's very interesting to say the least. I mean, me and NXT, I just like seeing them get beat in the ratings. Fun times. But here's the thing. I like for Stand and Deliver, there's a lot of iffy things about it, like the whole Roxanne Perez situation.
Yeah, that was poor.
I can agree. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was
Because
something
so has she been stripped of her? Has she been stripped of her title? She's still champ. Because
She's still champ now.
They gave her the title because now she can defend it.
Right. Okay.
Which at the end of the day, you can say what you want about the angle, but I 100% agree that it's a puzzling situation.
Oh, that see there's
She chose to do that, and they could have had Mako win.
No, yeah, absolutely.
I don't see the problem with having Mako win, and even if she didn't want to do the ladder match, you could have just said, "Hey, do a 3-way or something."
Of course, see if
you
there's
could have done that, and it's puzzling that all of a sudden she's better. When I mean, obviously we know real life happens, and the kayfabe reason was the doctors didn't know what was wrong, but in real life, all we really know is like it was a personal issue.
Of course, if there's something wrong with Roxanne Perez, I hope she's obviously the best. I hope everything's going off. But it was weird because it was like on the segment of her and Sean on NXT, it was sort of like I want to show I can fight for this. I want to show what I can do for people suffering with this, and it's kind of like, what is this?
Yeah,
what is this? Because if you're gonna address it and acknowledge it on TV, you need to kind of let the viewers know what it is. Is it I mean, if it's something very private, then keep it yourself and don't share it out there. And I understand that. But honestly, I hope the best for her. She has a talent in herself, and I'm glad that she's able to compete. But for me, with whole Stand and Deliver, there's only one match I care about, and that's Chase U versus the Schism with Tyler Bate with his.
That's the most interesting match people are mostly talking about.
Everyone loves Chase U. Chase U is goddamn amazing. They're so entertaining. I'm like, oh my god, like the chick in there as well. She's like, what? She's like. Yes, she's like a Tasmanian devil. She just launches off like mentality and is like, holy shit. I mean, I think people are very interested in the match because The Rock's daughter's in this, Ava's in this,
and randomly Tyler Bate. Don't forget Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bate, and I do like he's actually on the card. Like Tyler Bate.
Oh yeah,
he's like the foreign exchange student in the university.
So is Duke at this point. He's Australian. But at the end of the day, the spot I want to see, which I don't think we're going to get, is both Tyler Bate and Joe Gacy going for their handsprings. Like Gacy does the handspring and Tyler does like the butt, almost the arm spread slingshot. And they both do each other and clothesline each other. I don't think we're going to get that spot, but that to me would be one of like, you're going to see that's a gifable moment.
See, you say that now, Kobe. There's going to be a monkey. See, there'll be a monkey paw moment. You'll get that, but Braun Breaker will like dislocate his shoulder or some shit like that, or Cody's gonna tours of her pet. You'll get one thing, but another thing's gonna be taken away from you, sonny old boy. But now,
but I do like what you were saying about a lot of people are talking about the Chase U versus the Schism match.
Yeah,
I find it very, very interesting that they are putting Ava's first match in as an 8-person mixed tag match.
They must have a lot of stock in her.
Well,
they have a lot of stock in her, but theoretically, yes, it's the Rock's daughter. Everyone's going to be paying attention to it. Theoretically, to me, I would think, wouldn't that make you want to do it as a solo?
Well, hasn't she had multiple injuries in the past?
She's had injuries that has set her back. To me, and this is what I fear with this. What I fear is she gets 1 or 2 spots, doesn't take many bumps. She's in the ring for 2 minutes,
Mhm.
maybe, and it's a point like they put her in the match. They showed her she did something, but I don't want them to be too protective of her because then that kind of shows well, one, she either wasn't ready
Mhm.
or they didn't know who to put in the position of do they add another girl for the
Mhm.
schism to have that position?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if it'd be interesting because they both be heel, but like Isla Dawn, Caleb.
Isla Dawn and Schism would have been something.
Isla Dawn and Alba Fire versus the Schisms, two dark chicks, two kind of dark gimmicks, but they're both heel.
Praise be.
That's one way to go. But I mean,
Here's something I love to talk about as well is the personal aspect of this. Obviously, with the Soul Sessions, I've interviewed many people who've done big matches, and Bobby Fish, he was in NXT with the whole Undisputed era, and he talked about when he got onto NXT's main pay per view at Brooklyn NXT Takeover, that fear and anticipation with being debuted, and I can't imagine what Ava's going through right now.
Yeah.
You're the daughter of probably one of the biggest wrestling names ever, and even one of the biggest actors. That's got to be a lot of pressure and fear on you to deliver.
Lot of pressure, 100%.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fear, but almost keep in mind she was debuting in house shows as like an unexperienced, essentially nobody.
There's a house show and then there's a
But
pay-per-view, man.
There's a house show and then there's a special event in front of 10,000 plus, I think it is.
I hate it. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, I wish the best for her and hopefully she succeeds in this business.
Yeah.
100%.
I have good hopes for her. I think for them to actually put that much stock in her, and it's not like it's not the good thing is it's not like back in the day where with that the diva search era
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of thing
God.
where they just as long as you're good looking,
You're pretty.
you're used to model for Playboy, you're gonna be in the ring. So they must especially with under the guise of of Shawn Michaels and Regal, Matt Bloom, all them kind of guys.
Yeah.
They must have enough trust in it to put her on a pay-per-view, surely.
That's true, and then even that the schism they have. I want to say they probably have at least 40 years combined.
Yeah, there you
among
go.
them.
Yeah.
They've all Gacy's been wrestling for I want to say at least 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because he's wrestled with Moxley back then, and this is where Clark comes in and he says, "Oh, I read Moxley's book," and he says a lot of great things about Joe Gacy.
Yeah.
But I mean, even then, James Drake and Zach Gibson, now known as Rick Fowler and Jagger Reed, they as the Grizzled Young Vets, they both were like a part of the UK Independency and one of the best tag teams I've ever known and enjoyed, and I'm glad they're together. I remember being pissed about them being the dyad at this point. But like I do think it's a very interesting situation.
Of course.
They have so much experience, and the only one with a lot in JCU is Andre Chase, which he just had
He's so
he
good.
just had his anniversary. I think it was 14 years.
Yeah.
He's so fucking entertaining.
He's
I love this
entertaining,
fucker.
and I mean, this is where I go back to like the match that. This is where I go back to like NXT 2.0, and it's like yes, they were like, oh, we're gonna go more character based, talk away from the more in-ring aspect. Andre Chase isn't a Gargano in the ring.
Mhm.
He's not a Daniel Bryan in the ring. He's not someone who is one of the greatest technical wrestlers, or at that point, like he's not one of the most athletic guys. He's wearing a red sweater and khakis at this point. But I do agree with the point of Andre Chase versus Giovanni Vinci was one of the hottest TV matches I saw of the 2.0 year of era, and they didn't need to do anything. They had the crowd in the palm of their hands, and I want to go back and watch that match.
Of course.
I feel like it, and I don't want to say that's just the crowd and what happened with the 2.0. And I mean, I do agree to the point like the crowd was getting stale at the end to the end of Black and Gold.
Yeah.
But in that case, like there's a lot of stuff.
Here's my final thing on NXT at the moment, and this is something that I think is very interesting and telling. The 2.0 era, we still have those, Crayola model magic looking belts, the rainbow plates. Are we going to see the end of them soon enough? Because, personally, I don't hate the women's variant of that. I feel like that's a very good belt, in my opinion. One of my favorite women championships, honestly, going around. The male one, I can understand that being kicked off. But, something that I feel like is really telling for this, me and Chaos here, we're just playing 2K22 GM mode. The current NXT logo has the old belts. the 2.0 era has the multicolor belts. Are we going to see the end of these Crayola model Magic belts?
I would like to think so. If they because I kind of see this whole weekend as after this is going to be a subtle reset of not just the main roster but the NXT as well. Probably still keep up, because of how I think merch wise the women's one's doing quite well.
Of course, it's a beautiful belt.
It is a beautiful belt. The 2.0 era. The NXT one. I mean, maybe not do a whole overhaul. Maybe change make it match what the current logo is for NXT somehow. Especially if Braun is possibly losing. Then obviously if Carmelo Hayes ushers in this new era, they could obviously introduce it that way. So. Yeah, I think I could very much see a high chance of them actually changing it up. Maybe not both of them, but definitely the men's one. I think they should change the men's one and just finally get rid of that lingering stench of NXT 2.0. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear
don't
you.
even think, I guess there's 2 points I do want to say. I don't even think it's the lingering stench of 2.0. It's the fact that, I mean, if you watch the weekly product, they are still kind of following the same stuff.
God, yeah.
They're focusing on like the videos. They're doing like bar vignettes, and they're doing like from a storytelling, like TV writing script standpoint, they're telling good stories. Like I said this back with the Fallon Henley and Kiana James bar stuff, and it's like theoretically it's a good story. They're writing. Does it belong in wrestling? That's the big question with that. And that's almost the 2.0 thing is they were going in that direction of we're going more character based. And now it's like Sean is working and finding that happy medium between work rate,
Work rate,
and then like the character based thing.
Yeah,
of course.
But the one thing I don't want to say I'm still in your point, Chaos, but there's two directions I can see this main event going, and I can see Braun Breaker winning and turning heel in some point, and then the rematch is when Carmelo beats him,
right?
Or Carmelo wins, and like I said, that's when you have someone bring in the belt.
Very interesting.
He can bring in the belt, and like that's where you could almost say this brand represents Braun Breaker, or this belt represents Braun Breaker.
Yeah,
we need something that
represents Carmelo.
Well, something else.
The A star, the A champion, and do something like.
I agree. I hear you there, my friend. Before we get on our final point, and I'll grab our final guest, Mr. Cheap. I'll leave you with this quick question to discuss. Heel Braun Breaker. What do you do with him? I'll be back, viewers.
Okay. Heel Braun Breaker. I don't know. How do you do with that?
I mean, you do it the way he's been doing it, and like a lot of the criticisms throughout this year is he's looking too dominant. He beat Tyler Bate in what was a phenomenal unification match.
Yeah.
But at the same time, heel Braun Breaker is almost in the position of where could he go? I don't like. That's the thing. I could only see Carmelo being that face to take the title off of him. Unless Gargano goes over and Gargano has another run, and you set up heel Braun versus Johnny Gargano.
Yeah,
I could see that. That's one of the cases of if you're told to go in the direction by some higher up in Sean's thinking, and he's clicking the pen, and he's trying to figure out, that would work. And I think WWE, that's the thing. WWE has all the resources, and they have. They have the ability to sell us on anything, and there's a lot of people who can sell us on it. Sell us on toilet paper and Mr. LA Knight. But at the end of the day, I got to think about things like that, and there's ways it can go, and I don't know if Carmelo's in the position of is he on if you're putting it on a spectrum, and I'm going to make sure both of my hands are here. If you're putting it on a spectrum of heel versus face. Is he that far to the face of the brand, or is he close enough to the point where him beating Braun Breaker makes the most sense, unless he continues to go back to heel, because he is getting face reactions from the crowd.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. In terms of, I just feel like he's done so much. He's done everything, or as much as he could in NXT. I'm more interested to see what he could do as a heel on the main roster. Even though him just showing up being a heel is kind of weird.
That's the thing. Him showing up and being the heel, you really have that's this is where it's like I think this was a rumored thing back then of like the call ups.
Yeah.
Was Vince had to have a plan.
Yes.
With the call ups, and then they pretty much said that rule does not exist anymore. Which whatever. But like I said, Carmelo Hayes coming to the main roster. You do not want him to be in the same situation as Johnny Gargano, where it's like a lot of clients have hit the wall and been like, they're not in the best position either.
Yeah.
But we can think of it like this. We can think of it as, oh God, I lost my train of thought for a second. So, oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So Carmelo Hayes on the main roster. We need him to have a plan, and as of right now, we have no face champions.
No.
Gunther's a heel.
No.
Austin Theory's a heel, and Roman Reigns is a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Roman Reigns is most likely going to drop that
Mm-hmm.
those belts. Yes, there's a potential that Cena wins. And yes, there's a potential that Gunther loses it. Whether or not it gets pinned is obviously
Gonna be a face.
Live.
Yeah.
But unless you'd have to do a lot of selling on a Carmelo versus Sheamus feud.
Yeah.
Or a Carmelo versus Drew McIntyre. And then you're gonna risk the same thing that happened to Karrion Kross. And Karrion Kross came in right to a feud with Drew McIntyre, got one victory, lost the next, and then he's in limbo and he had one feud with Rey Mysterio. Carmelo Hayes, you got to treat right. And I'm not going to say this is a matter of, you got to bring him up at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole thing of, a lot of people were saying, well, Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes have been ready for the last year.
Mm.
Well, look at where they are now, and there's a lot of people, a lot of the returns are barely in a story. We have Braun Strowman on a showcase match. We have Johnny Gargano working NXT, and then we got Bray Wyatt health situation. Understandable. Sorry, Bray. All the best wishes to Bray Wyatt in itself. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of returns that are adding to the depth of the roster, but aren't in a major position. And you do not want that to happen to the NXT debuts. Yes, AJ Styles being injured probably threw a wrench in Gallows Anderson's position of the card. But at the end of the day, you got to think of it like that. Look at why Cameron Grimes hasn't shown up on TV.
Yeah.
They're waiting to know where they're going to go with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that is incredibly the smart move.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Mm. Fair play.
Hey,
well, yeah, that's all. That's what we have thoughts on NXT and standard delivery. Even though, thank you very much, Kobe, for joining us on that. Definitely gave us his 2-2s on NXT. Thank you very much. He's going back behind the camera.
And now we're time traveling to the early 2000s. The winner of the NWA TNA quiz, because apparently I thought no one watched that.
Don't forget, I also beat you in the first one, which was AEW, which was your playground.
Yeah, because your bonus questions were Shawn Michaels, and you got free for free.
It's my fault.
This is how you know. Grudges still exist, everybody. Grudges still exist. All right, moving on. So another event that we're going to, which would be Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor. That's also happening on tomorrow night, actually, as of this recording. So yeah, obviously we got a stacked card on that, including obviously Eddie Kingston versus Claudio for the ROH Championship. The vacant ROH Tag Team Championships is also on the line, which I should have actually got up.
It's in the Reach for the Sky ladder match with Lucha Bros, Top Flight, the Kingdom, United Empire, and Rush and Dorlistico representing LFI.
More important than I am. And then of course there's the 6-man tag team match: Embassy versus AR Fox, Blake Christian, and Metalik. Samoa Joe versus Mark Briscoe for the ROH Television Championship. The ROH World Championship match is also there between Athena and, I'm not going to spoil that because I don't think he knows. Wheeler Yuta versus Shibata as well for the Pure Championship. My match that I'm looking forward to, which is Vikingo versus Commander for the AAA Mega Championship. And of course, the latest one that's been announced is of course Tanahashi versus Daniel Garcia, which is gonna be a crazy. I'm just crazy. I'm actually gonna be able to see Tanahashi in person.
I mean,
That's
it's
gonna
kind of. I feel like ROH Tony's fighting AEW Tony at this point for Booker of the Year.
Clearly, yes, 110%.
I don't think Anthony liked that one at all.
Oh, you
Right.
mean winning Booker of the Year and made the least amount of money compared to the big company? But okay.
Still won the award.
Oh,
Uh,
James Award.
yeah,
That
definitely.
counts.
Love
That
you,
definitely
Dave.
counts.
Is that printed at Staples? The certificate?
It's Staples. Oh my god.
Where does he get the certificate from?
It's printed offline.
Is it just a PDF? It's just emailed, right?
It's a PNG, mate. It's a
It's a
PNG.
PNG. Okay. So yeah, my thoughts to you, or my question to you, Anthony, is obviously what do you think of the card, and which match or matches do you think will have the most implications going on after Super Card of Honor?
See, that's the thing. I don't know particularly what direction they're going to go with this. I don't watch Ring of Honor weekly anymore. I don't pay $9.99 to watch. For a pay per view. For me, just going to the show, or even just a fan watching it, to me, the two matches that are the most appealing for me is Vikingo, obviously, especially after the showcase that he put on with Omega.
Mhm.
And I had said on the daily when we previewed it, I knew of Vikingo name wise, but I never really watched them. I don't watch much AAA. It's not as easily accessible.
I wouldn't recommend.
Agreed.
Oh no! Anytime I've seen AAA, I always go, "This is why I don't watch AAA."
Yeah, I mean, I remember watching when Vikingo won the AAA championship. I bought that pay per view because FTR was on it. It was like their first defense of the AAA tag team belt. I felt insulted.
I think it was last year around WrestleMania. It was one of those package deals where they gave you multiple shows from different companies.
Right.
And like the AAA one was kind of thrown in there. And I remember watching it going, I would not have bought this as a single event. I bought it because it was a package deal that came with other stuff.
Yeah.
It was a throw-in that nobody would want.
I know you. Would you know your history? Because I'm not too familiar. I know there's a Botchamania episode. Was that the one where Vampiro like botched his entrance to the ring because the music wasn't playing and he wouldn't get in?
That's how I usually watch Triple H through Butchermania. I ain't gonna lie.
It's just the one thing you're guaranteed at a AAA show is there's going to be botches.
Yes.
And they just accept that. The audience just accepts it. So but anyway, back to the point.
Yes.
Vikingo, I really think in a lot of ways he reminds me of a Rey Mysterio when he first popped up in the States in '96 or '95, I think he did. And then Will Ospreay, like in a lot of ways, like he's one of those performers to me at his young age. He's going to be a guy to keep an eye on as you could build around him. Like I said on the daily, I really think if Tony is smart, he signs Vikingo and builds Ring of Honor around him because that's a young talent you can do a lot with. If you put him on AEW TV, he's going to be buried because there's too much talent on there, and they still don't have any idea what to do with 99% of the audience. But you could do something if you're trying to rebuild Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
And if Tony doesn't sign him, you better be damn sure William Regal's going to be on a jet to Mexico to sign him.
Regal's like the Dragon Lee, like you guys number.
It'll be Regal and Mysterio on the private jet going straight to wherever he's located in Mexico to sign him, probably. But like that match, and I mean, you have to keep an eye on the ladder match, the Jay Briscoe tribute match.
100%.
I mean, that's to me. I think you almost have to. In a lot of ways, I think you have to main event with the ladder match because it's very hard to follow it. I mean, you could do it in the middle of the pack, but the fact that the Jay Briscoe name is tied to it, I almost think you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do the world title and have possibly Eddie Kingston win it. I get it. I don't. You could have Mark Briscoe essentially main event it too, just because of the Jay tie to it. But I really think you would go ladder match. I would think if you're going to pick one of those matches that's not the world title, that would be my guess.
Oh, you think that could main event it?
I think just because of the Jay Briscoe tie to it, I think you're crowning new champions. It's a ladder match. It's tag teams.
you know it's going to be over the top. There's going to.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to say it's going to be a spot fest, but it's going to have spot fest elements to it.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be hard for other matches on the card to really follow it.
That's what I'm saying, because I feel like usually, well, from history, usually ladder matches is what they use to warm up crowds. Like they do it a lot with Mania. Like,
I think it's either main eventing or opening the show.
yeah.
I think it's one or the other. I think it's between that and the world title match.
Yeah.
One of those is going to open it, and one's probably going to close it. Is my guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would think.
I think that's fair points in general. I mean, I'm excited for this a lot. I mean, I get to see Tanahashi and hell, Shibata.
Yeah.
Shibata versus Yuta.
Shibata is one of those talents that I was amazed the first time I saw him, but like when he got injured, I believe he cracked his skull.
It was at a Okada match. I think his skull was cracked.
First off, I didn't think the guy was ever going to wrestle again, and I didn't know if he was going to survive.
I don't think anyone did.
I mean,
yeah.
You saw all the medical reports, so I'm a little. As much as I'm really excited to see him wrestle live, because I never thought that would be a thing, I also go, should he be doing this?
Yeah.
I mean, I know Tony said in the media call this morning, I think it was, like Shibata's been cleared by every medical doctor that he could for the match.
Yeah.
I mean, but the fact that New Japan, he's only had that showcase match he turned into a match, right, Anthony?
Yeah, as far as I know, he had the. I think it was just supposed to be a little skirmish, but I think it turned into. I don't want to say he went into business for himself, but he kind of went off script and had like a full match, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Which I couldn't imagine the people backstage at New Japan were exactly thrilled. But again, Shibata, so there's not really much they can do about it.
Oh no, I like to imagine they were pulling their hairs out and slamming desks.
Shit. No, but like probably when he got back there, I don't know how much they said to him because again, it's still Shibata.
Well, here's something I want to say for this match as well, because I feel like this match is going to be something everyone has their eyes on. Should Shibata win the pure title?
I mean, that's the thing. I would.
Not if you're trying to progress this major change for Blackpool Combat Club. I think that because obviously they still kind of try to make it AEW and ROH still be canon.
Well,
so,
what if I really like Yuta myself. What if Shibata wins? Yuta goes to Bryan. He stole my title, and we get Bryan versus Shibata.
I mean, that's the thing with this. They're stuck in a difficult situation, or Tony has a difficult situation, where he has two different wrestling products, but not really two unique rosters.
No.
So at some point, there needs to be a break. Like, I think Eddie Kingston has pretty much
gone to
down that, like, going, no, I'm a Ring of Honor guy.
Yeah.
So, but like, if you're going to build the Blackpool Club as a heel faction, I don't know necessarily if you would want them splitting their time between Ring of Honor and AEW as a whole. You figured they would want them full Ring of Honor or full AEW. But the problem is the Shibata factor. He's a New Japan guy. And I don't necessarily think they're going to put the belt on him because how long are you going to keep the belt on him and you're going to fly him in every time you want him to defend the title?
Yeah.
On your tapings?
Touche.
I don't know, and because of his injury history, I don't know.
Yeah.
What you would want to do with that? Like, I think you need to, if you're using the Ring of Honor people, quote unquote, the AEW guys like Claudio, you need to put those belts on people that you want exclusively as your Ring of Honor guys that you're going to build the company around.
Sure.
It's fine if you want to do it to get publicity because obviously they're bigger names. In Claudio's sake, in WWE for years as Cesaro. So I understand why you're doing it. It helps, getting sponsors and stuff like that going. Yuta doesn't have. I'm just using Yuta for example.
No, of course.
Yuta does not have the history that could make this stuff work.
Yeah.
As opposed to a Jericho or a Claudio or anybody that was in WWE before. Say what you want about WWE. They know how to get people's names out there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why they have an easier time crossing over into TV projects or whatever because people know who they are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that would be my thought with that.
Of course. And I know after you've watched a lot of Ring of Honor, right? You've watched pretty much all of it. The titles. The one thing I've always gone on about is I don't like the title situation. They're all from different eras, right?
Yeah.
Well, how do you fix that?
I mean, I think you would.
Because I know we're getting new tag belts. That's an ultimate. We're getting
Yeah,
new tag
yeah,
belts
that's
for the
been
reach for
confirmed.
the
Yeah.
Skyline.
I think what they needed to do, I understand why they went back to the original design for the World Title, and I think the tag is pretty close to the original.
Yeah, it's just the tag belt has like a black outline on the
Yeah.
ROH part, and
Yeah,
that's it.
I think you would need to, in my opinion, and I think they should have did this when they relaunched it. I think they should have changed all the titles at that time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I said on a previous daily was I thought it was kind of a mistake necessarily to relaunch the TV when you've already done pay-per-views for it. Like I felt like it should have been completely off. You figure out what you want to do with it and then relaunch, as opposed to doing the soft relaunches, a couple pay-per-views, and then now they're going back to doing the streaming show.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like to do it, I think you kind of need to do a full fresh start, not stop start, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Of course.
I know. I don't know. Are you familiar with Eddie and Claudio's history in Jakarta?
No, I know they have history, but Chikara is not really one of my.
So I watched
wheelhouses.
this amazing 30-minute piece on Ring of Honor YouTube, which was basically detailing their feud.
Okay.
And basically the gist of it was Eddie got one win, and basically him and Claudio were able to face off for 3 matches. And Eddie was basically trying to tell the crowd he's not a good guy, he's a cheat, he's no honor, he's got no respect for me. And Claudio would beat him every time. And then Claudio joined this big faction in Jakarta, right?
Yeah.
They would have a match and feud, and then Claudio would leave for WWE, and there was no settlement to that.
Yeah.
And now we're getting Ring of Honor. Is this a feud that could be long-term continuation, or do you think it's a one and done?
I mean, that's an interesting thing you brought up, Saul, because the Chikara tape library, not necessarily that's worth a fortune. I don't know if anybody's doing anything with that. That wouldn't have been a bad idea for Tony to turn around and buy that and add it to Honor Club. And then you could have actually done some stuff with that and shown the old footage of going, hey, they have history, not just behind the scenes. Like, I can't imagine the Chikara tape library would be very expensive.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's the price of a meal deal.
I mean, honestly, he could probably add it to his DoorDash order on his phone at this point. I can't imagine there'd be much.
Yeah, just four white claws, a salmon steak, and Chikara library.
So I couldn't tell you the last time somebody mentioned Chikara to me.
No.
Like, I mean, realistically, when was the last time anybody mentioned Chikara?
The other time, that's my heard about Chikara is when Brody Lee unfortunately passed.
Yeah.
That was last time.
You
Yeah.
don't really hear much about it.
No, you don't.
One of those promotions that was in existence, and then I don't remember what happened. I think there was some controversy or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember the detail of Chikara, but I remember I think there was like some situation.
I think it was during the allegations,
Yeah.
and then it caused them to close it down and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
And nothing ever happened with it.
No.
In theory, the tape library exists. I think, and I could be wrong with this. I think they actually did have a streaming service.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I'm for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure you could actually look that up. I'm pretty sure they did.
On what? Facebook Live?
It was exclusive to them. I just remember they had it. I could not tell you exactly what it was. Maybe you might be able to find that chaos.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking up right now.
I think they had an on-demand streaming service at one point.
Chikara Plus.
Yeah, see, they were part. Yeah, they closed because of the speaking out movement. That's what happened.
I
Yeah.
see.
But no, they actually didn't have a. They were on the verge of it, and then all that stuff happened, and then yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, that is a hell of a thing. I never thought I would hear that. Chikara Plus.
Yeah, Chikara.
I just swear they had.
No, yeah, you're right. No, yeah.
Oh, they did.
IndependentWrestling.tv.
Thank you.
Chikara Wrestling on Demand. Yeah, they did.
Mm.
Yeah,
Told you.
yeah. Somehow, some way.
We've just been gobsmacked. Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you paid for it because
No.
I thought that was a you. Sorry, that's your. I was like, Kev, what the hell are you paying with your money? Well,
It would be funny if you were able to still buy that.
yeah, your card gets declined and flagged. But I want to say one more final thing about Ring of Honor. I feel like we've been saying with WrestleMania and WWE, like new era is coming.
Yeah.
For you, Anthony, longtime Ring of Honor fan.
Yeah.
What do you want to see them after Supercard?
I mean, honestly, I love the Ring of Honor, especially like 2016, 2017, just before like Hunter stacked the deck and pretty much pretty much imported Ring of Honor just with a WWE budget to make Black and Gold.
Mhm.
I love that Ring of Honor. I would love for it to go back to just that quality storytelling and things like that. And the one thing I know I bust your balls on this all the time, so
Yes,
I
I'm hurt.
I love that. I love the old Honor Club where you would pay $9.99. You get the weekly shows, but they would include the pay-per-views too.
Right.
And I think that makes it more accessible to an audience. That you're more invested if you're watching the weekly shows, and you get the payoff.
Mhm.
You know, and I think that helped WWE in a lot of ways with Peacock or WWE Network, whatever you want to call it. Is that it was way more accessible for me to be able to watch Raw, SmackDown, the build up, and actually watch the pay-per-views. $60 is a lot of money to buy a pay-per-view for most people.
Yeah.
And I get Ring of Honor doesn't do them monthly.
No.
I get that. But still, with so many streaming services and the way, people's finances are, it makes it a lot more difficult. And I just find it hard that you're still going to charge the same $9.99, but you technically give a little less.
I do agree with you there, Anthony, because that's the same price as like a AAA PS5 game, and that could give you like 12, 15 hours of entertainment.
Well, yeah, I mean it's one of those things where like at least give people a discount that if you're a subscriber, what's it really to give somebody, I don't know, 25% off or something like that to be able to buy it? I think Ring of Honor, if I'm not mistaken, they had a couple different tiers when they first launched. You could have did $9.99 a month. It didn't include the pay-per-views.
Okay.
But you got like 50% off if you wanted to buy them. And then they had a couple tiers. And this is the one that I did. If you paid for the full year up front, you got everything. All the pay-per-views and everything. I was like, well, I'm paying the same price, but I'm just paying it up front. I don't care. I get Final Battle. I get Death Before Dishonor. I get them all.
Yeah.
Plus the tape library. I'm like, all right, well, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But to give fans at least a discounted price, I think that where is that really going to hurt you?
Yeah.
Do you think to make it more enticing for people to buy it, do you think they should throw in like a Pro Wrestling Tees 10% discount on like apparel and stuff like that?
Yeah, just more incentive. Yeah.
Well, that was the other thing too. When you belong to Honor Club, you got like 20% off the store as well all the time. So there was a lot of little things that they threw in there that you kind of got as a bonus.
Yeah.
So like for me, like I said, I think you're getting less for the same price, and I think that's a problem.
No, I hear that. And I want to throw one final question to you, Anthony, in your Ring of Honor history and knowledge. You're like a goddamn librarian. You know the shit at the back of your hand. The Ring of Honor World Championship title has had many iterations. I know you have the replica one of the Adam Cole one and last one by Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I know you said that's your favorite. I want to know why.
I like the look. I think it's just very classy. Like I think it's in a lot of ways, like I don't want to say it reminds me of the Winged Eagle, but it reminds me of like tradition and honor and stuff like that. Like WWE does the big giant 2 W's, and AEW has like all the diamonds all over it. Like, and I get it. I get the the showcasing. But like the Ring of Honor one, and it did have a couple of little diamonds around it and stuff like that. But like just the design of it, it's in a lot of ways like the NXT UK title. There's a lot of little detail in it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I like that Ring of Honor title, because it is so different, but yet traditional at the same time. It's hard to really describe, but like you saw and you kind of went, no, I like that.
Yeah.
That I just like that one. And so for me, like that's why I really liked it, and it is the black with the red behind it, which brings you back to like big gold and stuff like that. Like it's a little different than necessarily, and I think that might have been the only one that had the red behind it. I think all the other ones were black, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So it popped even more.
Yeah.
So I guess you feel like the one Cody introduced was maybe a step back.
What
the one after that one, which is all the big gold. That was kind of gold and a lot of jewelry on it.
The
And
one after that, they replaced a lot of their titles then, and I don't remember the exact specifics of it, but I think there was a lawsuit from the guy who designed the titles, because either he wasn't getting a percentage, and again, I may be misremembering this, but I think he either wasn't getting a percentage of it, or they weren't even allowed technically to sell them.
Yeah.
And I think there was a lawsuit because when I got it, Wrestling Figure Company they were selling whatever stock they had at like 50% off.
Yeah.
And I think they were allowed to sell what was remaining in stock as part of the settlement or whatever it was. But that's why they changed them. I think there was something to do with the guy who designed the belts didn't approve it or wasn't getting his just due or whatever it was with that.
You know, and we all love replica titles ourselves. We all love them. Do you think Ring of Honor is in a state right now to make them for fans?
That's one of the things, and I think I said that you saw was, I hate to bring back the mini titles, but
they're classy.
I think a lot of these companies would benefit from releasing those, whether it's Impact, whether it's AEW, because a lot of people not necessarily have the disposable income to buy the full size title, but would like some replica of it. And I think it's more affordable and space wise.
Yeah,
I think you could have a lot more of them.
I'm sweating about bringing back my TNT title for space.
That's the other thing. It's easier to commute with. I mean, not that you're bringing them to shows with you, but just in general, like I think, and I think there are some companies that make them, and I get like AEW or Impact or whatever may not have the resources or the infrastructure in AEW's case. They obviously have the resources because of the con money to do it. But I think you benefit from that to release mini titles. I don't see that.
There's nothing wrong with having options. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see the harm in it.
Yeah.
You know, meanwhile, you could easily get replica titles of any of these companies from all these independent third-party ones that technically they're not allowed to, but go on eBay. You could find every single one of them. I mean, in all honesty, any title you want, you could pretty much find.
True. Yeah. Exactly.
You know, I don't know how good the quality is going to be, but just
I want Tommy Dreamer's hardcore title with the goddamn license plate on it. Thank you very much.
I don't know if they ever included that with a figure. And again, that was a perfect example. That was in a title that was exclusive to Tommy. He's the only one that had the license plate one. That was his smoking skull, if you will.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Hardcore division.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I still find it hysterical that WWE actually sells the hardcore title as a replica.
Yeah,
I have
mean,
that.
With the and the duct. And now I do not own that one.
I do. Like I bought that thing full size replica
just as a joke, and he's like, he has it. Yeah, pretty much.
Look, I was watching Hardcore Division stuff.
Is it real duct tape?
Yeah, it's real duct tape. You can peel it. You can peel it off and recustomize it and put it anywhere you want.
It's hilarious.
Just the plates. The plates are just.
The mini comes with that one.
Well, there's one way to find out. Stay tuned for Anthony's review of the mini title hardcore belt. Does it stick?
I like that. I like that.
You know, if we do a sale, I at least consider it.
Well, we've got the Superstore tomorrow, so hopefully.
Yes. Be sure to check that out. I think we're gonna be guilting each other with a lot of stuff. I'm telling you, it'll be the only one.
I'll buy you a vodka.
Yeah. At one point, someone's gonna hold something like that. I don't really need this, and another one will be going. You totally need this.
You need that.
You should buy it.
Like that Kermit the Frog meme where it's like the evil version of him. He's just like, do it.
Well, that's what's gonna happen. Soul's gonna have something in his hand.
Oh yeah.
Between myself and Chaos, we'll be like two bad angels on both sides. You need this. Take it home with you.
It's like Chaos. You need the Snoop Dogg title.
Oh my god. Yeah.
750.
750. Yeah. 7 glorious 50. That's my whole spending money. Dunsky. Night one. Not even night one. That's like.
Yeah, that'll go over well. Going home.
Oh yeah.
With a $750 title. It snoops.
I'll take complimentary water for the rest of the trip.
I don't need to eat.
Exactly. I got
Come
sunshine.
I'm gonna phone him, and it's just like when back at the UK. What happened? My girl left me. She blew our whole flipping mortgage on the mortgage money on the Snoop Dogg title. Can I stay at yours?
The locks were changed. I don't know what happened. Did you watch the show?
She got hindsight.
Who sent her the link?
And exactly. But yeah, thank you very much for your input on that,
absolutely.
Anthony. Definitely regarding Ring of Honor, it is going to be a stacked show, awesome show, memorable show. Regardless, I just feel it in my bones. That's all I know. Yeah. But yeah, on that note, we have come to the end of the show, guys. This has been I told you it's gonna be jam-packed. Look, we've been on almost an hour and a half.
I kind of like the image we've got now on the screen. I'm in the darkness as your dark devil, and
I know. We've been talking for that long. It's getting a bit dark here. It's now.
I love that all you can see is soul is the shades, really.
I know. Yeah, this is little glare.
The shades are the best part. And, this is my first time.
Ah,
Oh.
sunshine.
He melted.
You know,
Um,
pretty much.
I mean,
Pretty
this
much.
is my first time on Take It.
Yeah, this is your first.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
so-
Yeah. So well, yeah, you
So,
broke.
yeah.
You broke
See,
your ticket to
it's
table
better than the
virginity.
daily. It's better than the daily. We have fun here.
Oh yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
can swear.
So I'm saying there's no time limits. Look, we got it's over an hour and a half. We just.
Shall we just leave and just let it roll running for that ad revenue?
I'm pretty sure you guys did it before, and that did not go well.
Yeah,
So,
Producer Kobe.
you cannot confirm or deny these allegations.
Shall we let Anthony tell the story? Go.
No, wait.
Yeah. Clark and I were doing a daily. Kobe was producing, and we reached the end of the show, and we couldn't shut it off, but Kobe could. But Kobe decided to take a bathroom break. So Clark and I went, well, what do we do? And it's still on there. I don't know which number episode it is. And Clark goes, let's just both leave, and hopefully the show will end. We both hit it almost simultaneously. We disappear. The Wrestling Republic logo, that's all that remains on the YouTube stream for about a full
There we go.
minute until Kobe comes back and realizes they already left and then ends the show. So there's like a full minute of nothing.
All you hear in the background is, oh, fuck.
You know he thought, oh, these two won't shut up. So I'm good to go to the bathroom. They won't finish. And we finished. And I wish Clark was over here because Clark goes, in the ship.
Yeah, see, he's Canadian. He'll just come in and say sorry.
At one point, I remember saying, awkward. I was like, did we talk more or did we just end this? Like, what are we doing?
On live.
We were live.
We were streaming to the world's
It
worlds.
was a throwback Thursday because it was just Clark and I
Yeah.
doing it. And that's the only reason I remember it was a Thursday because it was just him and I. But yeah, that's one of my all-time favorite shows. The way it ended, you literally see the visual of like Clark and me going off like simultaneously, and just a blank screen for about a full minute.
It's kind of hilarious why you thought that was actually going to work if you go off at the same time and he just.
Hey, listen, I'm
That
not
was hilarious.
involved in the technical end.
No, I get
Clark,
that.
and Clark has done enough of them where I'm going, well, that if the two people in there leave, you would think it would end by default. So I was like, well, that makes logical sense. Like you wouldn't think the stream would continue if the two people that are in the stream are not in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, so when we left and we went, well, let's see what happened. And we watched it back, him and I in a Zoom. We're watching it, and I went, Clark, it didn't end. He said, what do you mean? I said, watch this. And we're like, how long's it going on? And we see like the end of it. And it was like a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes or whatever it was. And we were just laughing about it because it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you couldn't make it up.
Fuck it.
Well, don't worry. He's right here in front of us. We can tell it to end properly.
Wait, it has to. It's my show, so you have to definitely. No, I'm joking.
Oh, is it?
But
Shit,
yeah.
I thought it was mine.
I was wondering who was asking so many questions.
I'm in soul sessions mode. I'm back in.
Soul
It's
just
all
takes
good.
over.
Yeah, he does.
Gone, so,
He does.
I mean,
It's all good. It's all good.
And
It's
on
all
that
good.
note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for another
Oh my
episode
God.
of Take It to the Table. I've been your host, Soul. This has been Chaos, my co-host.
He's been the host. I saw him the one that's wearing the shirt. Anyway,
He's just the advertising guy.
yeah, it's just advertising. Yeah, in the center of it. Yeah, definitely. Anyway,
he's just the face. You're the one running behind the scenes. Is that what you're saying?
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a secret owner. Yeah, definitely makes sense. Yeah,
That's because Wrestling Republic's a Scottish-owned company, apparently.
He's the invisible hand.
the invisible hand. Yes, yeah, definitely. Anyway, we come to the end of the show. We're gonna go and enjoy the rest of our night, and then make our way down to LA to go and see Supercard of Honor, as well as go and check out the Superstore. If you ever see us around, say hi. Don't be weird. Just say hi and just move along. No pictures, no autographs. Just say hi and move on. Anyway,
$5.50 for an autograph, please. Thank you.
$5.50 for an autograph. Yeah, without the dot, we mean $5.50
Mhm.
each. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so just letting you know.
No, it's not at 550.
See, he's the bad influence. He's the bad influence right there. He definitely like, why stop? Like,
Don't worry, Chaos doesn't include a meal deal.
It's the prep work for tomorrow. At
Oh,
the store.
fair enough.
I have to, I have to
Okay.
be in that mode. I'm sure someone will come to me like, you totally need that. It'll be sold.
Text it.
I'm calling it now. It'll be sold. Going, you totally need that title.
You totally need this Dominic Mysterio figure with included cutlery.
So I already have the WrestleMania side plates. But you didn't buy them at WrestleMania.
You don't have a receipt that says from the LA
It's not
store.
the same. It's not the same. Damn it.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh
I
my
think
gosh.
the thing is, all three of us are all gunning for one thing: is that's the mini title.
Yeah.
How has that image not popped up yet?
True.
I mean,
Maybe
the
they don't make
The
it.
store opened today.
Maybe
I know.
maybe it's not being made.
Okay.
Well, if you don't, it will riot.
Well, I think.
Well, understand how mad are you going to be if there is no mini title?
Well, that's.
I'm going fucking home.
That's just less money I have to spend. I ain't worried
That
about
too. Yeah.
Honestly, I think post show, I think we're all going to be researching to see whether or not they did sell it.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. But yeah, other than that, as always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the show. Goes a long way, as I've said. Thank you very much for joining us. 1 second. I think someone's going to be.
Wait, you just
checking.
had it on.
Yeah.
Hit the eBay. Go ahead.
We're just going to check on see if there's actual mini belt. And no, oh yeah, there
It
is.
exists, ladies and
Wait a
gentlemen.
minute, open it up.
That looks weird.
No, it does say Los Angeles.
That's Sokovsky.
Yeah, that's
they-
just-
they- that's what
It
they do.
exists.
Oh
It
my
exists, ladies and gentlemen. It exists.
Yeah, there is an actual mini title.
That's insanely priced. If that's accurate.
To be fair, the one for Clash that I bought, beautiful title.
Wait, when did he put this up?
Well, it would be today. It would probably be the exclusive.
Right.
Today would
So
be
he's
the
taking the
first day.
piston. That can't be right. then.
No, because I bought mine in Clash for 100 quid.
No, that's well. I think this is exclusive to the store.
Yeah, exactly. It's
But-
exclusive to the event.
Yeah.
Oh, look. So if you see there, someone's just taking a picture of it in the shop. There's NXT 2.0 titles underneath it. They have them there, guys. Oh, it's in a nice wee little clipboard.
Yeah.
That's what they do for this.
Okay.
I'm
Cool,
gonna buy
cool, cool.
6.
Ooh,
Yeah.
See now, that's what they should do. The two wait a minute. Oh, that's cool. It's got the Hollywood little.
That's what I'm saying. The
Yeah, that's it.
clipboard. Yeah, the clipboard.
Oh yeah.
Viewers, I
yeah.
hope you don't mind us just scrolling through eBay, just buying shit while you're just here thinking like, where are they going to talk about the show? Fuck.
This is like collector porn.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be broke tomorrow, definitely. And yeah, we need to.
And
try to-
if-
because
and
I
if
can't
there's-
bear to see it myself here.
And if there's only one left, I think we should buy it and then have a 2K23 triple threat to see who gets the title.
Yeah. No, we're not. We're not doing that. Nah, we ain't doing
Fuck
that.
you.
I am not risking that because that game will fuck me up anyway. Other than that, I have been your host, Chaos. To my left has been Anthony. To my right has been Soul. Over there has been Clark,
Above.
and as well as Ben Allison, all that good stuff, and of course, Super Producer Kobe in the background as well. Other than that, this has been Taken to the Table. Until next time, guys. See you at WrestleMania. Peace. For fuck's sake.